Hey everyone, this is Big Mama. Know all the videos you have to show your fingers so that you know I'm here. So here I am. I just finished the August 2025 challenge for Dear Julie, and the name of the challenge is August All and Anything Junk Journal Challenge. And Julie had us do several things with our digitals to experiment with anything we wanted to do. Well, pretty much anyway. Julie had us come up with our kit, and we got to lavish ourselves upon all of our supplies to have 15 of our favorite papers, other type papers, 15 different embellishments like packaging or envelopes, 15 embellishments such as stickers and buttons. Then we got to use our favorite medium like our inks and metallic paints. Also got to use our metals and anything out of a previous kit that we had not used we could use in here. Also use some of our favorite stuff like playing cards and doilies, both paper doilies and cloth doilies, hankies, lace, ribbon. And so with all of those supplies, she had us make 15 tags. And the way she had us do it is do 5 sets of 3 so that we can mass make. And she wanted us to make 15 ready-made pockets and tucks and also 15 journaling cards. So I'm going to, these are all stuffed inside this journal that I have made, and I'm going to just get with it and show you everything that's inside here. Also, she wanted us to make anything that we wanted to try, so I did a layered belly band that was 3 layers. I also, anything using something we'd never used before, and that was clarified as used in a journal before. And so I did faux stained glass, and then anything that uses up lots of tiny scraps, and I did a double page where I layered the scraps so that you would have it as a writing page, and that was with my offcuts. And then anything that hangs from your binding, and so that was this tassel dangle and a bookmark. And so I did a folded double folded paper and made a window in it and added some a butterfly into the window. So a friend of mine had said dibs when I had made this journal cover, and I did this for all of you who had wanted me to show how I did the texture paste. And so I'm going to bring this up a little bit closer so you can see that texture paste is in there. And then I did this guest towel over the top of it, and that's how I had created this with all that texture. Well, she loves green, and it asked me if she could buy this before I'd even made it. So boy, now I really need to do a good job because somebody has already claimed it. So that's what I did, and I have been ratted out for being a person who hoards my buttons. So I thought I would get some of my very, very precious buttons and get them out. I love these old antique buttons, and look at that one that's flawed, and they're so old and dirty and grunge. I love my grunge, and I just really, really enjoy these buttons. So I sewed them through the cereal box, and then so the stitching is all in the different layers of cardstock or cereal box cardboard. And we were to add on our dangles some of the digitals. So this is Julie's digital, and this is a Julie's digital, and then on this digital I added a sticker just to make it look different. I also added this, which was something that Rebecca Wells had made, and I got it at one of her online sales. And I have some beads that I had added in when I did the digital on there. Then I added some beads on it. And I got all of this wonderful, wonderful fiber from a friend of mine, and She was getting rid of some little offcut pieces that she no longer needed, and so thank you, Susan, for those. And now I think maybe you would like for me to get inside here. The digitals I used is Julie's digital that's called At Home 2, and also Blue Retro. And when I saw this guest towel, and it's all rusted and everything, I thought, well, I'm not going to use that for a guest towel, but it would be great on a cover. Her Blue Retro has a beautiful shades in it. This is part of the retro that is folded to become an envelope. And so you can see the colors, how well they go with this. And then also the At Home 2 has these little children. And my friend has a whole bunch of pen pal letters that she had back when she was a little girl. And so she wanted to do a journal that encompasses her letters. And her pen pal was from England, and she's in the United States. And so I used some antique newspapers and magazines that were from England. And so I'm going to go ahead and open this for you. And I sewed this into the cereal box before I put the inside on it, so you can see it's sewed down on here. But then this end of it I hit with a heat gun to kind of scrunch it up a little bit so that it would foof out when you make the bow. So here we go. This is my stained glass that I made. I had some overhead projector plastic that I'd gotten because it wasn't being used by the school anymore. I put Julie's digital up here at the top, and on one layer I went and drew this pattern. And this is an antique book page that I put on here, and then went around with the layers using using this acrylic pen. I don't know if you can see that because it's so dark, but that is an acrylic painter's pen. Went through and did around here, let that dry, and then I went back with some paint, some pens, and put the ink, but I dabbed it in there so that it would look a little bit more flawed like a stained glass does. So that is just a pretty. It's not a journaling card. Then I had some old doilies that I added in here, and I had this one. And Susan had done this where she had jelly printed on some deli paper. And so I added that in here. And then this is the At Home 2 little kids. This is my old London Times. This is Julie's digital. And then this is one of the tags that I put a little corner on here. And then this thank you card, I added a rub-on sticker to it so that you could write anything in here that you were thankful for. And then that just closes like that. And so I used her digital for the closure. And that slides right in here. And I added this doily to the back with a rub-on on here and some gold. I don't know if you can see the gold paint. I'm not a professional. You guys have been watching my videos. I don't even have to say that anymore, do I? This, I took her digital. Down at the bottom, it has a thank you. And so I put it up here at the top and then just made that a top tuck to where you could put this. And I have this little notepad. So I added that in there and put the rub on. No, this is a napkin, sorry. Put the napkin over it. And then this is just a spot where you can write on it. And then this is one of my tucks that I did. I used a map, and the map that I used was of England. So I did the 3 of these. And so like this has got the English Canal. And so all 3 of them was part of that map for England where her pen pal was at. And then this is where I took the offcut strips. I had dyed the paper, and then these were the offcuts that were left, and so I then just put them here, so that's why they're all different colors. And then this was a piece of paper to fill in that gap. This is the digital, and I printed on both sides, and then I added lace to finish out the digital. Added a hanky on here, and then this is Julie's digital. I fussy cut around the children because they're playing music, and then we have the music here, added ribbon, butterfly, and then this is a journaling card here. Put rice paper over the back of this. This was another one of the, I think this is called the, I'm going to get the tags and the journaling cards mixed up. But what I did was I took her digital and I folded it this way, put the lace on it, and did a messy bow. And then this paper you can write on here, and then also here on the back. And then I made this to where it can just go over the page. So this side here is also, it could go over the page on either side. This is my belly band that I wanted to do. So I put these together using the brads. And so the lace is underneath the big one. Then I've got lace underneath the second one and lace under the third. And with this digital, she has a big one, medium-sized one, and then this little one. And so it just went perfectly together. And so just slide that in there. And that one. And then up underneath this one. I really like that belly band. And this was in an old school book. I thought it was a cute little thing because it's talking the English language, and it's a little children's book. So I thought that was cool. Some old school paper. And then I took this and put it in the center here. I don't know what I did there. I might have hit it with the needle. Sorry, dear friend who bought this. And then I made a paper clip here with the digital, and it just holds that closed, and this opens out for you to write in. But it really doesn't have to have the paper clip. I just did that for pretty. Then I printed this both on vellum and the regular paper, so this is the vellum image of that one. And this Julie's digital, and I made it into a postcard and added the glossy accent here and put some gold around there. Then with these, I added lace over the cardstock, and this is Julie's digital that I sewed on, and then a rub-on sticker. But this is hydrangea that I had, not hydrangea, hibiscus, that I had dried, and so I put that on there. So I have 3 of those because we did it in 3s. And then I have up here in this top pocket, I have a folded paper that you can write on. And then a messy page. Here is a piece of a calendar, Julie's digital, and then what I did with her digital here over old book page, I put the children, and I copied it twice, cut her out, put her on cardstock, cut him out, and put it on cardstock. So he's like that, but it's where they can both hold that. And so this is one of those old key punch cards. There's my papers. And here, what I did with the envelope for the thank you card that was up here in the front, this thank you card, here is the envelope. I did rice paper on here and then glued that on, and then just have a page in here that you can write on, and a rub-on sticker here. And on this one, this is Julie's digital. I put the butterfly here. The wings do come up, and it sticks down here. This is something off of an old project that I had done, and so I had that scrap that I put in the corner to hold this down. And again, this is the other page where I did my offcuts. And the back of that doily where I did the rub-ons. And I had printed here on the, it's a deli bag, so it's a paper sack that I cut down the edge and had put the doily on. And so that's a pocket here that I need to put something in, because I have to put stuff in the pockets. And then here is another of the doilies I have, another piece of Susan's paper, and the digital. And there again is the English map. And so you're going to see these, I did triplicates. I have triplets. And so there, that opens up so that you can write in the inside. And put the wonderful rub-ons on here. And this was one of the pages that we were supposed to do, was a wallet triple fold. And so this is a pocket here, and you can do anything you want on those. And then I covered the back here so you could write on it. 2 pockets I need to fill. I guess I could let my friend do that. She might have stuff. And there's another one of those, and this is the hanky. And then this is Julie's digital, and I put rub-on and washi here. And this was a flip-up postcard page, and so I sewed that into the center of the signature. And I made washi out of her digital, and so that's what I trimmed out this with, and that's Bo Washi, Mr. Washi. I'm sorry if I used your name inappropriately. And another one of the tags where the person on the front gets to work still, and did some rub-ons on there. And the lace over the page. This is some of that washi I made. Starting to get dark in here, guys. I could get some more light. No, maybe it's just my eyes. Maybe I'm going blind. I hope not. Well, at my age, I think I'm allowed. Okay. And then this is the way the paper had to print on it, so I just hit it with a gold pen and did the butterfly with some glossy accent. The rub-ons, and this is the digital, and I made 3 of these cards that are library cards. And then this is a bit of ephemera that I had in my scraps from the scrapbook paper, and that's Julie's digital. And this one I put over the page, and again it has the letter in there, and Julie's digital. And the last signature, Susan had taken and did a jelly printing on here, and then this, and the water baby. And then these, I did 3 of them, and they have little letters that you flip open and you can write on there, or you can leave it just for the pretty. So there are the 3 of those. And then this thank you again, and the rub-on. This little man, I did the napkin on there with the bird, and then I put the little guy on there, but this is a flashcard. I did 3 of these that are flashcards, so you can kind of see the number 15 on there. And then I sanded the back so that you can write on it. And this is a flip-up page also of her postcard page that you flip up over the edge. And that one over the top. And this is another one of the cards. And this is Julie's digital. I fussy cut it and glued it down to the hanky, and then glued this onto the hanky also. And then we were to do a 6-pack trifold, and so with this one, the image had that circle, so I cut it out and I backed the page with some tissue paper to strengthen it, and then I did these 3 of these cards for a journaling card. Put the lace so that the lace would lay over the top. So I did 3 of these on there. And I don't know if you can see a glossy accent here, gold pinned here. Little girl in the corner, she's all shiny. She's shiny. And then here, the butterflies, I did the glossy accent on, a gold pin, and another one of the playing cards. And this sweet girl, she loves the hollyoaks and she loves the roses. Poppies, but these are her very, very favorite, according to the poem. Julie's digital calendar page. And this one, I made, we were to make that bookmark. So here's my bookmark, and I took the paper pad and folded it in half, cut out the circle, put the overhead projector plastic in there, put the butterfly in the middle of it, and then I put lace over the top of it and zigzagged around to close it. And so I colored the back of the butterfly here, but that is a cutout that I fussy cut. And then this is Julie's digital here, and that little tab. And so this also has that letter in it, but I made it to where it is also a belly band. Now, moving right along, another one of those little girls, and some more of Julie's digital. And the very end with one of those little girls. And that is that antique 1910 magazine. And I wanted to get to this because it says au revoir, farewell, and that's the last page. I thought that was just perfect to put in here. You're sure to find us here at home. So this is Julie's digital also, that has a bird on it, that is a little fancy envelope that has a letter in it. And there you go. I need to finish the mini challenge in the challenge, and I get to go to the VIP next month. So, wahoo! I hope this makes you guys happy, gives you some good ideas. And this was a greeting card, by the way, that I put on the top of cardboard, with some metallic paint and a little bit of a lace curtain in between. So that's how I did that. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Trying to get this situated to where you can see it better. She's a little bit of a bulk, so that's why you can't see it perfect. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.